Hey everybody, it's Nick from First Coast Math Clinic. In this video, we're going to cover how to use slope and a point to find the next point on a line. Let's get into it. So for example 1, we've got point A at 2, 1. We have our slope at 3/4. We want to find point B. We know that's x, y. And there's two ways we could do this. We use a table and a graph. So I'm going to show you both ways to do this. So let's start with our table. We'll graph points x and y, or label points x and y. So point A is 2, 1. We want to find point B. Well, we know our slope is 3/4, so this is our change in y. And that 4 is our change in x. So our change in y is positive 3, so we're going to add 3 to our y value. Our change in x is positive 4, so we're going to add 4 to our x value. So our point B should be 6, 4. So our B value should be 6, 4. Let's do this on a graph. So we're going to be in quadrant 1. So I'm just going to plot out my increments here. So it's my x-axis and then my y-axis. So our point A is 2, 1. So 2, 1. So point A is going to be, actually move that down a little bit. So point A is going to be right about here. Our slope is 3/4, so we're going to go up 3 and then right 4. So I'm going to do this in red. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, and then right 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so I'm using my tick marks here to figure out how far up and over I'm going. So we're going up 3, right 4. So we're at point B here. So this is our line. And if we look at our location for point B, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. So we found point B using a table and using a graph. All right, let's do example number 2. So for example number 2, we've got point L, which is -1, -4. We want to find point M, which is x, y, and our slope is -2/5. So again, this is our change in y over our change in x. So let's start by doing this on a table. So we'll sketch out our table. We've got x, y, starting with point L, -1, -4. Our change in y, we're decreasing by 2, so -2. Change in x is positive. So our change in x is positive 5. So let's add 5 to our x value, and this is going to take us to our point M. So our x value is going to be 4. Our y value is going to be -6. So our M value, our answer here should be 4, -6. So this is using our table. All right, now let's use a graph to do this. And let's think about where we are here, right? So we have a negative, negative. So this is going to be in quadrant 3. When we sketch out our graph, we really don't need much of quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. Quadrant 1 is up here, quadrant 2 is over here, quadrant 3 is here, and 4 is right here. So let's plot out our increments. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So our point L is at -1, -4. So -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, -4 is right here. So that's our point L. And then our slope, we're going down 2 and then right 5. So I'll do this in red. So we're going to go down 2, 1, 2. So that's our -2. And then right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to take us right here. So this is our graph. So this is our point M. And if we figure out where we are, right, at this point M, our x value is 1, 2, 3, 4. And our y value is -6. So we get the same answer using a table and a graph. All right, let's do one more example. Okay, so for number 3, we've got Q, which is negative 3, 5. We want to find point R, and our slope is negative 5 over 4. So let's do the same thing. Let's do this using a table. So we'll start with X and Y. And our point Q, negative 3, 5. And we want point R here. Well, this is our, again, change in Y over change in X. So our change in Y is negative 5. Change in X is positive 4. So Y is going to decrease by 5. X is going to increase by 4. So our X value should be 1. Y value should be 0. So our point R should be 1, 0. So we've used a table here. Now let's use a graph. And let's figure out like where we are and where we're moving. So we've got a negative positive. So that is quadrant 2. We're going down and to the right. So that's going to take us into kind of quadrant 1 or quadrant 4. So when I sketch out this graph, let's do something like this. So I'm going to show majority quadrant 1, quadrant 2, and then we may need a little bit of, well, we know our answer should be 1, 0, so we're not going to get quadrant 4, but we're moving in like kind of this direction, right? So let's plot our point and get our increments in there. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, 2, 3. Okay. All right, so let's plot our point Q, which is negative 3, 5. So 1, 2, 3, negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's our point Q. And then our slope, we're going down 5 and right 4. So I'm going to do this in red. So our slope, negative 5. So let's go down 5. So we know that's going to take us to the x-axis. So that's negative 5. And then from here, let's go right 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is going to take us right here, which is point R. Sketch in that line. And we know from our graph that point R is 1, 0, which matches the value we have. So this video was on finding the next point in a line if we're given a point and a slope. Hope this video helped you understand that concept a little bit more. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the link for the video that's coming up right now on finding slope given a set of points. This is Nick from First Coast Math Clinic.